Welcome everyone to Super Bowl in Canton as we continue our exciting challenge series with the opening rounds of the Super Bowl region. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and I want to thank you for joining me, and I'd like to thank Super Bowl in Canton for being our host center. As you remember, we started this year's challenge with 16 teams representing various bowling centers and groups from around the Metro Detroit area. Now these 16 teams, they're divided into two regions named after our challenge host centers. Mary Bowl in Livonia and right here at Super Bowl in Canton. Now you already saw the Mary Bowl Steel Curtain team. They won the Mary Bowl region earlier this season, and they're patiently awaiting the winner of this region's series of matches to go one-on-one and claim the top prize. But who will their opponent be? We'll have to wait and see. So let's take a look at the 8 Super Bowl region teams. They're the host team Super Bowl, Perfect Game, Astro Lanes, and Sarah Shank, 5-Star, Lady Liberty, Mary Bowl, and Oak Lanes. We start with 8 teams in the region, then 4, and then finally the winner of the last match earns the right to represent the Super Bowl region in the final season-ending championship match against the Mary Bowl Steel Curtain team. 16 teams, 2 regions, 1 Bowling Showcase champion. Let's look at today's first round matchup. Our first Super Bowl region showdown features the host center Super Bowl facing off against Perfect Game. Now this is the second Super Bowl team to participate in our challenge, and they've come to claim the trophy and keep it for themselves. And Perfect Game, they're making their first appearance in our challenge with a team of center regulars determined to make a name for themselves. It's a battle of the veterans versus the first-timers in our first match of the Super Bowl region. So there you have it. Helping me call all the action is Women's Series standout, former Team Canada member, and recently elected Michigan State USBC Hall of Famer, Robin Orlikowski. I'm going to move into position lane side, get a little bit better view of the action. We'll be right back with the start of the match after these messages on Bowling Showcase. The Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth bowlers in Michigan. The Youth Championship starts in March at Alert Lanes in Essexville and Monitor Lanes in Bay City. The Masters and Senior Masters occur in March at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park. The Queens, the Pepsi, and Senior events will finish the season. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
Hello, my name is Doug Saweski, General Manager at Super Bowl Lanes. On behalf of the staff, we'd like to welcome everybody to the Bowling Showcase Super Bowl Regional. We hope everyone has a great time. Let's throw it over to Mark and Robin.
Okay, so here we are at the first match of the first round of the Super Bowl region. Robin, thanks for joining us for all these.
Thanks for having me.
So we have the home team Super Bowl against a newcomer, Perfect Game. Perfect Game, you may know it, previously used to be Drakeshire Lanes, but it's Perfect Game now. Simon and Michael Shearer. I don't know what to expect because they're brand new.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens right here. So Super Bowl leading off with Virgil Chandler. Goes by the nickname of Ice.
Let's see how much ice he has in his veins to start off this series for us.
That's right.
Got it off his hand okay. Fell off balance a little bit, little inside. Thankfully broke up the 4-9, just leaving the 9 pins, so.
Pretty easy spare for an experienced bowler.
Sure. Relatively in the middle of the lane there. Looks like he's going to pick up his strike ball.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, no.
Oh. Spoke too soon, didn't I?
We did, but we've said it before. If you're going to have an open frame, having it in the first frame isn't as bad
That's
as
true.
in the middle of the game.
So Misty Huguelet up for the perfect game team. Misty's been bowling since the age of 10. She's an office manager, originally from Bay City. Lives in Farmington Hills.
Talked with Misty before the match. She's proud to have bowled with Dan Dorian, who is Saginaw Valley's bowling coach.
Little crossover, but they all count, Misty. Don't worry about it.
Yep, it's an X up there. You can't tell which side
That's right.
of the head pin it.
Well, you can on my score sheet, because I make a little notation.
Oh, do you?
Okay, Teresa Marshall up for the Super Bowl team on lane 56. We're using lanes 56 and 57 here at Super Bowl. Teresa's from Ypsilanti, originally from Ann Arbor. Comes up a little high and leaves the 610.
So Teresa is a member of the board on Arbor Valley's association. She also just recently got inducted into the Hall of Fame for Arbor Valley for the performance category.
Very good for her.
Congratulations, that's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Little cross lane here. And covers it. So next up for the perfect game team is Brian Campbell, lives in Northville, originally from North Tonawanda, New York. Another bowling hotbed, upstate New York seems to be.
Yeah. When I talked to him, he told me that his father got him started because of how hot bowling was in New York back in the day. What a great shot.
There's a perfect game strike. Perfect game strike.
It was.
Third bowler for the Super Bowl team, Reggie Green. Reggie's got a high average of 213. He's a truck driver. You know, in this day and age, truck drivers are really important because we buy so much stuff online, they're moving everything.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't do it. I get tired after about 4 hours.
And
wow.
A big strike by Reggie.
Great shot by Reggie.
Third bowler for the perfect game team, Julian Parsons. Julian, high average 179. He's an electrician. He's only been bowling 3 years, but it's good to have these new people into the game.
Yeah, I asked him, how did you get started in bowling? You haven't been bowling very long. And he just said that he liked it. He went bowling and really enjoyed it and just wanted to join a league. So.
Well, that was a really nice shot by Julian there. Left that solid 10 pin. That 6 pin just rung around it.
Yeah, you can tell he's a natural at the game. He says he's a workaholic, so getting practice time in isn't very easy for him.
It's always tough. Simon and Michael Shearer, the owners of Perfect Game, I'm going to thank them for.
Oh.
And I missed that. Simon and Michael Shearer at Perfect Game, thank them for their support. Also thank community bowling centers, or the former community bowling centers of Super Bowl, and now this center is owned by Bill Diamond of Spins Bowl. So next up, James Thomas, Big T, for the Super Bowl team.
Nice.
And throws the big strike.
Lots of loft there. I love seeing the other teams give each other 5. That's what the sport's all about.
You bet. So Dwayne Anderson now up on the right-hand lane for the Perfect Game team. Got to kind of come back a little bit. They're down by 2 pins to the Super Bowl team.
Dwayne has a funny nickname, Grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
I talked to him before the match too, and he really likes to give back to bowling. He's really involved with this high school and likes to teach and give back, so it's great. We appreciate that.
So Patrick Good up on the left-hand lane in the 5th frame now for Super Bowl, working on a double. Been bowling for 50 years with a high average of 230.
Oh, wow.
Solid, pesky 10-pin.
He's really proud of his son, Patrick Good Jr. He is a senior and he's going up for Athlete of the Year. So he bowls at Pioneer High School in Ann Arbor, and he's hoping that he can get that title.
Very nice. Oh.
All right, so it seems like it's a little touchy here with the spares.
Yeah. So here we're closing out the first half of the game here. We've got Al Reich up on that right-hand lane for a perfect game. He's an engineer, high average 228. Been bowling for 35 years. Working on a strike perfect game is.
Came in a little light, was hoping to mix it up there, but left the 7-pin.
So leaves a 7-pin with a cover here, would give them a lead. And if you remember from previous matches, what we do is after the 5th frame, we take a commercial break, and the team switch lanes. We come back and then finish the match. That way they get the equal opportunity on each lane.
Right. Makes it fair.
Absolutely.
Al is a person who has shot a 300 in the UP and in the Lower Peninsula.
Okay, perfect game now has a 10-pin lead at the turn here. What do you see so far? I see the teams, especially the Super Bowl team, maybe a little nervous.
Yeah, I think it's
missing that 9-pin, Virgil did, and then, you know, Pat missed that 10-pin.
Yeah. So, you know, when you get in these type of situations, it can be a little nerve-wracking. You only get 2 shots in the game, and so it's just like, gosh, you just want to do so well. So I think if they just put their heads down, really focus in, take their time, fill frames, it's really going to help out the team.
Yep, so we'll be back right after these messages with the last half of the match. Again, the perfect game team has a 10-pin lead going into the break. We'll see you right after these messages.
It puts a lot of pressure on us because, of course, the house wants to put together the best team they can to win the showcase. There's 3 or 4 of us that normally bowl together in the same league, and the other gentleman is one of the top bowlers in one of the other leagues in the house. I think our chances are pretty good in here. It's our home house. We should do pretty well here today. We got this.
Professional tournaments. We've won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
I think it's great. We've been trying for a while to get involved in this, and we've put a good team together, so we're hoping to make a good run. The center owners, Michael and Simon Scherer at Perfect Game, they went around to their leagues, asked a few of the bowlers to bowl, and I also teach high school bowling there, so that's kind of how I got involved and became captain of the team as well. Our goal today is to make spares and try to advance. Determined. And I would say we're determined because we've been chosen by Perfect Game to sponsor them, and we want to put out a good showing as a first-time team.
So the break is over. The teams are ready to bowl the second half. Super Bowl is down by 10 pins. Perfect Game's going to lead off the second half of this match with a 10-pin lead.
You know, I just think filling frames is going to be important. 10 pins, it's not the end of the world, so it could be anybody's game right now.
Well, each team, Super Bowl has 2 open frames. 1 open frame for the Perfect Game team. Perfect Game has that double, though. Well, they both have doubles. So Misty now up on that left-hand lane. She's from Farmington Hills. Bowls at Perfect Game.
She had a great strike to start off last game, so let's see what she can do here.
You bet. She throws the ball really nice.
Yes, come on.
Oh, came high and leaves the
boy.
4, 6, 8, 10 split.
Sometimes it's hard to come out of the commercial break, not having bowled, consistently, and the pressure to. I think she was a little slow on that throw there, so it helped make it hook into the pocket a little bit more.
So she gets 2. Perfect Game's got 100 in the 6th frame. Super Bowl is 86 in the 5th. And up for the Super Bowl team is Virgil Chandler on the right-hand lane. Asked him about how long he's been bowling, and he says, forever.
Sometimes it feels like that.
That's not a bad thing, though.
No. So I got it out on the lane nicely. The first time that he threw, he almost left the 4-9. This time he leaves just the 4.
Yep.
So thankfully the 9 kicked out.
Well, this match goes back and forth here with a cover on this one. Again, a relatively easy spare for an experienced bowler like Virgil. And covers it easily. Super Bowl forges out to a 6-pin lead. Up now for Perfect Game on the left-hand lane, Brian Campbell. Brian is a home automation installer.
He has a high series of 786, and he just really wants to get that 800 series. He's looking forward to bowling the state tournament this year as well.
And throws a big strike that...
So far, he is perfect.
That's right. He's
on
got
this TV show.
Perfect for Perfect Game. Simon, did you like that one? That one's for you, Simon. Teresa Marshall now up on the right-hand lane for Super Bowl.
I asked Teresa what she likes to do for fun outside of bowling, and she spends a lot of time volunteering for her families and for families in her community. And I asked her why, and she said because children and their families need to stay together, and she really wants to make sure that she can help them with that. So
that's very good.
Yeah.
Nice strike too. Julian Parsons up on the left-hand lane. And it crosses over and leaves the 3-pin.
he's just getting into bowling. He's only been bowling for about 3 years now, and he wants to get into tournament bowling. So he's looking forward to bowling the Michigan State tournament. So it's nice to see people, you know, no matter what age you are, you can get into this sport.
Absolutely.
There we go.
And a good cover by Julian. Reggie Green now up on the right-hand lane for Super Bowl. Reggie only started this game 10 years ago. Again, has a high average of 213. Good for him. Another person. Yeah.
I asked him how he got started in bowling, and he just said he just picked it up on his own. He just wanted to join a league. So for you at home that are watching and you're just wanting to get out and have some fun and socialize, bowling can be your sport.
Bowling can be your sport, and then you can take it a little more serious, join a fun league even.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a lot of high pressure or anything like that.
No, a lot of centers have like every other week leagues. Nice conversion there by Reggie.
Hey, Super Bowl's got a 6-pin lead through 8 frames now. Dwayne Anderson now coming up on the left-hand lane for the Perfect Game team. Threw a strike back in the 4th frame. Here we are in the Foundation 9th frame.
He took a little break from bowling there His family was very important to him, and so he spent more time doing that and got back into bowling in 2004. I asked him what brought you back, and he said he just missed it. He just wanted to get back into it again.
Little Light threw a lot of pins around, but the 10 pin stood there and looked at him.
He's a retired deputy IT director for the 36th District Court.
Okay.
Taking his strike ball, gonna hook across the lane.
And good cover.
Clean conversion.
So Big T, James Thomas now up in the 9th frame. Super Bowl has a 7-pin lead. Strike here would be really nice. He did throw a strike back in the 4th frame. A strike here would really put Super Bowl in a position where they could not get closed out. I guess they can't get closed out anyway. And a big strike by Big T.
There you go. He's that loft, help store a little bit of back end energy for his ball to kick out that left side of the rack there.
Al Reich up on the left-hand lane. What's the deal with the shorts? Come on, that he's wearing.
Some people just gotta bowl in shorts no matter what the temperature is outside.
True. That's true.
He really enjoys golfing in the summertime. In the winter, he likes to do snowmobiling.
I bet he doesn't wear shorts in with the snowmobile.
Probably not. Great
And
shot.
a strike by Al.
Putting the pressure on.
Here we are in the 10th frame. So he strikes out. They have a max score, perfect game does, of 189. Super Bowl has a max score of 206. So this strike here is key to forcing Super Bowl to get that first strike in the 10th. It's always nice when a match comes down to the 10th frame.
Yeah, it makes it exciting.
Absolutely.
I like when there's good bowling and it's not just a blowout and you got to put the pressure on. You put yourself in this position and hopefully that you pull through. Whew, thank goodness that 7-pin fell.
Leaves a 10-pin.
Al does have a Michigan State tournament title, and he would really like to win another one.
Okay. And he covers it. Final score for the perfect game team, 179. Super Bowl now. Pat Good comes up in the 10th frame, only needing a mark and a good count.
Talking to Pat, his nickname is It's All Good because his last name is Good.
Very nice.
I like that. Oh, what a great shot.
And a big strike there for the Super Bowl team. So Pat Good put it right in there. So perfect game. Looks like they're going to go down to defeat because Pat's just got to keep it on the lane now. But perfect game. They did pretty well.
Yeah.
I think we'll talk about it in a bit what the key was, but you talked about filling frames earlier, and the Super Bowl team kind of filled the last 5 frames.
Wow, so Pat's shot there was very similar to James's shot, the one before, where it was almost a 7-10, but then the 7 fell out late.
Absolutely.
So what I'm thinking maybe, even though it's early, is that the oil might be pushing down and the ball's just not driving into the pocket as hard.
Could be. All right, so the final score of this match, the Super Bowl team, the home team, 195, and perfect game, 179. You know, pretty good match overall, wasn't it, Robin?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they put pressure on each other here and there, and it came down to the end. The last 2 frames is really where it was decided, you know. So it was a good match.
That's true. So we'll be back after these messages, and we'll talk to the winning team about what their key to success was right here on Bowling Showcase. Metro Detroit USBC, your source for everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We support USBC certified league and tournament competition. We provide 11 tournaments for all members of our association, including men, women, youth, seniors, scratch, and handicap competition. The top reasons for belonging to the Metro Detroit USBC are having your average recognized, bonding of league funds, rules of the game, assistance in resolving league issues, equipment standards of the game, charities, and awards. Visit us at mdusbc.com. Okay, so we're back with the winning team Super Bowl. Teresa Marshall is the spokesperson. Teresa, congratulations to your team for being the first winner and punching your ticket to the semifinals here at the Super Bowl region.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you were down by 10 pins at the turn. So what was the key to the second half of the match for Super Bowl to go on to being victorious?
Most of us, we bowl together every week, so we know how to cheer each other on, how to tell each other where to move on the lane, and we were having those discussions all along until we came up on the second half.
Okay. Well, congratulations once again, and we'll see you in the semifinals.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Robin, what was your key to the second half of this match for them?
Yeah, and you know what? I think the communication, talking about how the lane is breaking down and what pins you're leaving, you need to key in. You need to really pay attention to that, because if you're a righty and you're leaving a 4-pin, you make a little adjustment,
right?
Like 10 pins. So good for them for using that communication, because they're so close and bowl with each other each week. You can tell that helped them come out ahead.
You know what I saw? I mean, in the first half of the match, they missed 2 single pin spares.
Yeah.
In the second half of the match, they were clean.
Yeah. I think they got the jitters out. You know, the first ball, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, it means so much. I want to do so good. So then I think they got into their groove.
Okay, so they punched their tickets to the semifinals. Who are they going to bowl against? Next week, we have Astro Lanes versus Ansara Shank. And you know a lot of the ladies on the Ansara Shank team, so that'll be pretty exciting.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us. And Robin, thank you for joining us with your expert analysis right here on Bowling Showcase. And we'll see you next week with the Astro and Sarah Shank teams facing off to try to get to the semifinals here on Bowling Showcase.